Just have my phone. What's up with you, man? What's up with you? Is we live, man? I'm gonna take these off in a minute, man. But I gotta get my headphones and everything right. We ain't use the headphones and all. Look, shit ain't even plugged up, man. Um, let me see how this gonna work, man. How's everybody doing, man? How's that? Okay. Hold on. Double tap at the like. What's up with you, man? What's up with you, man? What's up with you, man? Hey, tell me how I look, man, in the headphones, man. Trump did just invaded Venezuela, man. Hit the like button. Trump just invaded Venezuela, man. Let's get this shit going, man. Double tap, hit the like button. Trump just invaded Venezuela. We got the live stream. We about to go live. We about to go live, going live. We about to go live to the press conference right now. Trump then invaded Venezuela. We about to go live to the press conference right now. I'm gonna get my channel up and going. But this the thing, though. I need somebody to tell me right now. Where we look. Are we on the Shorts live stream? Are we on the Shorts live stream? That's what I want to know. Are we on the Shorts live stream? And let me know. And we getting it going. We getting it going. Check out that thumbnail, man. Is the thumbnail? I see the thumbnail up there. What's up, everybody? Double tap. 500. I'm just getting some stuff. I'm getting some stuff dealing with the internet. All right. How's everybody doing? Let's get this going, man. Let's get this going. Tell me, am I in the Shorts feed? I don't know if I'm in the Shorts feed. Y'all tell me, am I in the Shorts feed? I need to know, am I in the Shorts feed? We're going to get this going. This is the first time I'm using my StreamYard in the Shorts. So y'all let me know. It's the first time I'm using my StreamYard in the Shorts. So let me know how I look. All right. We got our description. We got our tags. We're gonna put up a little. I just have my cell phone, y'all. Hey, what I do on my phone? I just have my cell phone. So, hey, damn. Just have my cell phone. It's all good. Am I on the? Am my phone in the bathroom? Man, my phone am I on the Shorts feed? Oh, here you go. Am I on the Shorts feed? My live stream. Come on in, everybody. Let's get this going. All right. Got a couple people. Let's get the live stream going. Let's get it going. How's everybody doing out there? Double tap. Y'all know who it is, man. Trump news. Giving Democrats the boo. We got a comment already with the comment talking about, man, who is that, man? It's Vertical. Oh my God. I know I said it. Come on, man. The last couple, I'm not even gonna talk about it on the live stream. Baby, I'ma say it quietly and politely. Binky, get your ass up, please. Quietly and politely. Bring your monkey ass here. Fuck. Am I on the shorts feed? Please don't get me. Please, bud. I need your help and support. Am I on the shorts feed?
No, I don't know.
Shorts. Go. You see this?
Yes.
Go there. Am I on the shorts feed, blood? Fuck.
How do I find you, baby? I don't.
Just get out. Get out. Get out. Get out. Please, I'm on live right now. Get out. Get the fuck out. Stupid ass. Anybody in the chat know, am I on the shorts feed? What's good, man? Baked biscuit. Yup. That's how I found you on the shorts feed. That's all I want to know. Am I on the shorts feed? This is my first time on StreamYard doing the shorts feed. You can't ask help. People don't be wanting you to be successful. I swear to God, I was watching. What was I watching? It was Kai Sinet, or it was somebody who was a streamer, and I be noticing more and more as my popularity grows, people do not want you to be successful as a streamer. I mean, swear to God, man, the more popularity, the more hate that come, man. I just needed a quick question. Are we on the shorts feed so I can go ahead and do this? My first time on StreamYard. I want to see StreamYard added these new tools. Can we get to the shorts feed, and can we present, without having to flip around the cell phone and create a better live stream for my audience? That's what create a better live stream event for my audience. Now, I've been talking about Maduro. We've been talking about Venezuela. How many drug boats? Anybody know how many drug boats have been blown up? How many drug dealers are at the bottom of the Pacific Ocean? Anybody know? On my channel, we've been educating people. This ain't day one for us. People heard about the double tap, Pete Hegseth. They heard about that drug boat. It wasn't just one drug boat. So far, my last report is it was 30. It was how I sound, man. Y'all let me know how I sound. Liberals will say it was 30 drug boats. It was double tap at the like button, man. Double as you come in and watch, double tap at the like button. You see the thumbnail. We're talking about Maduro. It was 30 drug boats the last time I counted, right? It was 30 drug boats the last time I counted. 107 dead. Quality is good. Awesome. Quality is good, man. Thank you. Shout out to Baked Biscuit, man. Check this out. It was 30 drug boats last time I checked, 107 dead. How many oil tankers? Just so people know what we're doing in Venezuela, because a lot of people jumping on the bandwagon haven't talked about this. It's 30 drug boats up to date. It's 107 drug dealers, and over 25 oil tankers have been seized today. As we talk about Trump and his live stream and Trump's press conference and taking over Maduro. Now, how many people know that Maduro was not the legal leader? They had an election. On my channel, if you watch my channel, I talked about the election. They had an election, and a woman won. Maduro lost the election. So he was illegally holding office as a dictator. How many people know what's truly going on in Venezuela right now? How many people know that Maduro was an actual dictator, and that there was an election that preceded this invasion? There was an election, and the opposing party won, and there was a woman, the CIA, the deep state CIA, had to sneak her out of Venezuela because Maduro was trying to kill her. How many people know these background information about today's story? A lot of people gonna tell you, oh, Trump did this, and Maduro and Trump and all these liberals and socialism. They're not gonna tell you the truth. Now, I played a video, and after the press conference, I'll follow up with the video from the opposition leader who won the election in Venezuela. And for the Democrats who tell you that Trump is trying to take over Venezuela, let me tell you what the opposition leader, who was a woman who was almost assassinated by Maduro, said. She said Venezuela was taken over by terrorists over 10 years ago. Venezuela has Hamas training camps. Venezuela has Hezbollah training camps, and they've been there for over 10 years. How many people truly know the politics? I'm at home Saturday morning. I'm with my kids. I typically don't go live on Saturday. The only reason I'm going live because there's so many grifters going live talking about Trump, talking about Venezuela. They don't do this every day. They don't know the facts. They don't know there was an election. They don't know Maduro is a dictator, just like Zelensky. Zelensky been in office since 2014. There's never been an election in the Ukraine since the day of revolution. These are the facts of geopolitics in the globe. Maduro was a dictator. Maduro got voted out, and his opposition leader is in America right now. So Maduro, there's a leader already. Y'all worried about what's going to happen in Venezuela, but Venezuela had an election. They elected a brand new president, and America saved her last week. Does anybody know any of this? Does anybody know any of this? And she gave a press conference and she said, don't listen to the Democrat propaganda. She said Venezuela was lost years ago. That's why this is happening. Venezuela was lost years ago. Venezuela has become a terrorist breeding ground. They sell oil to Hezbollah. They get guns from Hezbollah and Hamas to protect the cocaine trade. Does anybody ever ask, where do they get the guns? America's not giving them the guns. Cartels need guns. Cartels need protection. Cartels need to be trained. So they are training each other in paramilitary exercises in Venezuela. They are trading oil, crude oil, for guns. The ship that you know about, the oil tanker that was taken, the oil tanker was taken because Biden flagged it. Trump didn't flag the oil tanker. Trump didn't flag the oil tanker. Biden flagged the oil tanker. Trump didn't flag the oil tanker. Biden flagged the oil tanker. And when Biden flagged the oil tanker, the difference between Trump and Biden is that Biden didn't do anything. Trump actually went after the oil tankers that were being flagged by the Biden administration. The question no one is asking is, why did Biden flag that oil tanker? Trump didn't flag the oil tanker. Why did Biden flag the oil tanker? The same reason why Trump took it out. Can I have a... The same reason why Trump took it out. Biden flagged the oil tanker because Venezuelans lied about where the oil tanker was coming from. Did you know the Venezuelan oil tankers have spy-level GPS? They have GPS systems that can hide themselves from F-16s and aircraft carriers. So number one, the Navy SEALs, when they saw the ship, they knew what the ship was because Biden had flagged it. Number two, it had spy-level GPS that is illegal. Number three, it was flying an African flag, not a Venezuelan flag, and the Navy had tracked the ship leaving from Venezuela, but it had an African flag. No Africans were on board. This is what's happening in the Southcom. This is what's going on. Let's get to Trump. Let's get to Trump. Explain why is it to the people in the back knows what's really going on. Let's clap it up. Whoa, that MAGA. Man, talking about America first. Talk about make America great again. Talk about all the promises. Talk about why I voted for Trump. Talking about campaign promises coming true. Can we say campaign? They promised you Obamacare. Obamacare died December 31st. Biden promised you student loans. The SAVE plan died December 31st. Kamala promised you the border. The border got over flooded. The Democrats keep promising. Minimum wage is $7.25. Please tell me what the Democrats have ever delivered on you. That when Trump took office only 12 months ago, he said he would close the borders. Are we closing the borders? I just gave a report yesterday that over 6 million deportations. Double check my facts. 6 million deportations, self-deported or easily deported in America in 2025. You heard about 250,000 deportees. Over 80% of them are already criminals. Let's get to this live stream, man. No new wars. You have no idea what you're talking about, because what we're doing is we're freedom fighting. Can we get freedom fighters in the chat? Can we get freedom fighters in the chat? See, they don't know what's going on. They don't know what's going on. They don't know that Maduro is a dictator, an emperor, an enemy king. They don't know that Maduro tried to kill a woman who was duly elected as president. Do you understand what's happening? Trump is not fighting a war. It's over. Trump is helping the people from Venezuela free itself. Did you know? Just put in the chat, all the trolls. Did you know that Venezuela had an election? That's all I want to know. Did you know that Venezuela had an election and that they came out and voted? The politics and that's what America stands for. America stands for democracy. If there's a free country in the world and they hold an election and the dictator does not honor that election, the UN, NATO, and America gets involved because we need to hold up Western principles. I said, if there's an election in a democratic country around the world and that dictator does not facilitate the rights of the people, the UN gets involved, NATO gets involved, America gets involved, because this is a westernized globe with America as the leader. So what you don't know is what the democratic liberal social media is not telling you right now is that the Venezuela has a dictator. They had a woman elected as president. The CIA had to sneak her out. Maduro was trying to assassinate her. When she spoke, she said Maduro is running a terrorist training camp. When she spoke, she said Maduro is running a terrorist training camp. Hezbollah, Hamas, all of them train in Venezuela, and Venezuelans trade crude oil with terrorists for guns to protect the cocaine. Did you hear it here first? Did you hear it here first? Just tell me if you heard it here first. That's all I need you to do. Just tell me if you heard it here first. I just want you to be honest with yourselves. Just tell me if you heard it here first. That's all we're going to do this morning is be honest. Just tell me where you first heard what what's really going on. I said, how many boats have been blown up? 30 boats, 107 drug dealers at the bottom of the Pacific Ocean. Shout out to Pete Hegseth in the Department of War. 25 oil tankers have been confiscated thus far, and Venezuela had a duly elected president. Let me look up her name, man. Let's look up her name. The press conference is about to start. Anybody in the chat got a cell phone? Who watching me on their Apple Watch? Who watching me on their cell phone? I want you to go right now and verify my facts. Look up the election. Look up the female's name who won the election. Here's Donald Trump coming to the podium. Double tap with the like button. Purpose on my podcast. Back with the blast.
Thank you very much. This is big stuff. We appreciate you being here. Late last night and early today, at my direction, the United States Armed Forces conducted an extraordinary military operation in the capital of Venezuela. Overwhelming American military power, air, land, and sea, was used to launch a spectacular assault. And it was an assault like people have not seen since World War II. It was a force against a heavily fortified military fortress in the heart of Caracas to bring outlaw dictator Nicolas Maduro to justice. This was one of the most stunning, effective, and powerful displays of American military might and competence in American history. And if you think about it, we've done some other good ones like the attack on Soleimani, the attack on al-Baghdadi, and the obliteration and decimation of the Iran nuclear sites just recently in an operation known as Midnight Hammer, all perfectly executed and done. No nation in the world could achieve what America achieved yesterday, or frankly, in just a short period of time. All Venezuelan military capacities were rendered powerless as the men and women of our military, working with U.S. law enforcement, successfully captured Maduro in the dead of night. It was dark. The lights of Caracas were largely turned off due to a certain expertise that we have. It was dark and it was deadly. But captured along with his wife, Celia Flores, both of whom now face American justice. Maduro and Flores have been indicted in the Southern District of New York, Jay Clayton, for their campaign of deadly narco-terrorism against the United States and its citizens. I want to thank the men and women of our military who achieved such an extraordinary success overnight with breathtaking speed, power, precision, and competence. You rarely see anything like it. You've seen some raids in this country that didn't go so well. They were an embarrassment. If you look back to Afghanistan, or if you look back to the Jimmy Carter days, they were different days. We're a respected country again, like never before. These highly trained warriors operating in collaboration with U.S. law enforcement caught them in a very ready position. They were waiting for us. They knew we had many ships out in the sea, just sort of waiting. They knew we were coming. So they were in a ready, what's called a ready position. But they were completely overwhelmed and very quickly incapacitated. If you would have seen what I saw last night, you would have been very impressed. I'm not sure that you'll ever get to see it, but it was an incredible thing to see. Not a single American service member was killed, and not a single piece of American equipment was lost. We had many helicopters, many planes, many people involved in that fight. But think of that, not one piece of military equipment was lost, not one service member was, more importantly, killed. The United States military is the strongest and most fearsome military on the planet by far, with capabilities and skills our enemies can scarcely begin to imagine. We have the best equipment anywhere in the world. There's no equipment like what we have. And you see that even if you just look at the boats. You know, we've knocked out 97% of the drugs coming in by sea. 90%. Each boat kills 25, on average, 25,000 people. We knocked out 97%. And those drugs mostly come from a place called Venezuela. We're going to run the country until such time as we can do a safe, proper, and judicious transition. So we don't want to be involved with having somebody else get in, and we have the same situation that we had for the last long period of years. So we are going to run the country until such time as we can do a safe, proper, and judicious transition. And it has to be judicious because that's what we're all about. We want peace, liberty, and justice for the great people of Venezuela. And that includes many from Venezuela that are now living in the United States and want to go back to their country. It's their homeland. We can't take a chance that somebody else takes over Venezuela that doesn't have the good of the Venezuelan people in mind. We've had decades of that. We're not going to let that happen. We're there now, and what people don't understand, but they understand as I say this, we're there now, but we're going to stay until such time as the proper transition can take place. So we're going to stay until such time as we're going to run it, essentially, until such time as a proper transition can take place. As everyone knows, the oil business in Venezuela has been a bust, a total bust, for a long period of time. They were pumping almost nothing by comparison to what they could have been pumping and what could have taken place. We're going to have our very large United States oil companies, the biggest anywhere in the world, go in, spend billions of dollars, fix the badly broken infrastructure, the oil infrastructure, and start making money for the country. And we are ready to stage a second and much larger attack if we need to do so. So we were prepared to do a second wave if we needed to do so. We actually assumed that a second wave would be necessary, but now it's probably not. The first wave, if you'd like to call it that, the first attack was so successful, we probably don't have to do a second, but we're prepared to do a second wave, a much bigger wave, actually. This was pinpoint, but we have a much bigger wave that probably won't have to do. This partnership of Venezuela with the United States of America, a country that everybody wants to be involved with because of what we were able to do and accomplish, will make the people of Venezuela rich, independent, and safe. And it will also make the many, many people from Venezuela that are living in the United States extremely happy. They suffered. They suffered. So much was taken from them. They're not going to suffer anymore. The illegitimate dictator Maduro was the kingpin of a vast criminal network responsible for trafficking colossal amounts of deadly and illicit drugs into the United States. As alleged in the indictment, he personally oversaw the vicious cartel known as Cartel de las Solas, which flooded our nation with lethal poison, responsible for the deaths of countless Americans, the many, many Americans. Hundreds of thousands over the years of Americans died because of him. Maduro and his wife will soon face the full might of American justice and stand trial on American soil. Right now, they're on a ship. They'll be heading to ultimately New York, and then a decision will be made, I assume, between New York and Miami or Florida. But we have people where the overwhelming evidence of their crimes will be presented in a court of law. And I've seen it. I've seen what we have. It's both horrible and breathtaking that something like this could have been allowed to take place. For many years after his term as president of Venezuela expired, Maduro remained in power and waged a ceaseless campaign of violence, terror, and subversion against the United States of America, threatening not only our people, but the stability of the entire region. And you all saw it. In addition to trafficking gigantic amounts of illegal drugs that inflicted untold suffering and human destruction all over the country, all over, in particular, the United States, Maduro sent savage and murderous gangs, including the bloodthirsty prison gang, Tren de Aragua, to terrorize American communities nationwide. And he did indeed. They were in Colorado. They took over apartment complexes. They cut the fingers off people if they call police. They were brutal, but they're not so brutal now. And I just have to congratulate our military, Pete and everybody, and our National Guard, because the job that they've done, whether it's in Washington,
Just real quick, everybody coming in right now. I see the chat. I put the chat up on the screen. Everybody participate. Double tap, hit the like button. I want to take a little quick beat real quick. So when we first started this conversation, double tap, hit the like button, subscribe, Perfect Time Podcast. Every day we've been having this discussion about immigration. When we first started in Chicago, when he first put the blitz in Chicago about immigration in Chicago, what did I tell you? I told you about Trinidad de Agua, Venezuelan cartel, who had came to not only Chicago and took over apartment complexes, but came to Aurora, Colorado. We looked it up together. Right now, go to ChatGPT, go look up Tren de Agua, Aurora, Colorado. You'll see 40,000 cartel. But wait a minute, some of you have a memory. Anybody have a memory? Does anybody remember the TikTok? I remember the TikToks. There were TikToks in 2022. There were TikToks in 2023. TikTok is a popular social media app, and it was going to go away. Everybody was making TikToks. showing the fact that Venezuelan cartel gang members had taken over apartment complexes in Chicago. We saw black people in Chicago for the first time since the 1960s mobilizing, coming together, saying, hey, we need help from the federal government. They're giving away food stamps. They're giving away apartments. Do you guys remember when black people came together in Chicago and said they are evicting us out of the apartments and putting in Venezuelan cartel members? Do you all remember that TikTok? I remember it like it was yesterday. Do you remember Aurora, Colorado? People begging for federal help. Hey, help us, help us. The immigrants are taking over the apartment complexes. I remember the TikToks, but you know what's so funny? When Trump shows up in 2025 in Chicago, when Trump came with the Midway Blitz, when Trump, is this shit on? Double tap at the like button. Is this shit on? Is this shit on? I said when Trump came with the Midway Blitz in Chicago, all the Democrats forgot. All the Democrats, they was partying on Labor Day. It was 70 damn shootings. 70. But you know what it was? See, the Democrats were partying in downtown Chicago. Chicago has two sides. There's a South Chicago that's as big as San Francisco. And all of the shootings, do you guys remember 9 people were murdered on Labor Day? Let's look it up. How many, do you guys know every Labor Day, every Memorial Day, people are murdered in Chicago by the hundreds. Every holiday, every 3-day weekend, they murder 70, 80 people in Chicago. I said, if they let Trump go, I bet you there won't be no murders this weekend. They said, we don't want Trump. 70 shootings. And on a holiday Monday, what did the black mayor of Chicago do? He had a party. I said, what is he celebrating? The 9 deaths? The 72 shootings over the holiday weekend? What are you celebrating in Chicago? The 9 murders? The 72 shootings? Well, Trump said, we're going to go there. We're going to clean up Chicago. We're going to clean up Aurora, Colorado, because Trinidad de Agua then took over. But the Democrats got, I don't know, foggy memories. The Democrats and the liberals got foggy. They didn't remember. How could you forget? It was on TikTok trending. These were viral TikTok videos. This is not me just saying, oh, you just saw it because you're a Trump. You just like MAGA. These were viral. These were viral TikTok videos of Aurora, Colorado, of Chicago, of Americans asking Biden, help me, please. Help me, Rhonda. Help me, Rhonda. Help me, Rhonda. Help me, Rhonda. And Biden and the border czar Kamala Harris never showed up. Biden and the border czar Kamala Harris never showed up. Is she black? I don't know if she's black. It's okay if she want to be black, but is she the border czar? Can you tell me in the chat? Because I remember the border got so overran that Kamala said, don't come. Remember Kamala said, and Trump said, I'm going to come. Trump said, I'm coming. That's what happened. I just wanted to take a quick beat because Trump brought up something that we talk about a lot. And people have a foggy memory. People forgot about Aurora, Colorado being invaded by Venezuelan cartel. People forgot about Chicago being invaded by Venezuelan cartels. Dude, how do you sound now when Minneapolis has $9 billion in fraud? You know what everyone is saying today? You know what everyone is saying January 1st? Trump, go to Minneapolis. Trump, go to Washington. Trump, go to Ohio. You were saying the same thing in January. You know what you said in January? Trump, go to New York. Why you want to go to New York? Because Trump, they letting immigrants live in hotels that I've never been able to live in. I worked my whole life in America, and I've never stayed in a Trump Plaza. Biden is putting immigrants in multi-million-dollar 5-star hotels downtown New York. Trump, get to New York. Trump won 80% of the vote. Trump won 80% of the vote. Trump won 80% of the vote. Trump, get to New York. Trump, get to Aurora, Colorado. Trump, get to Minneapolis. Get to Minneapolis. Get to Minneapolis. Right now, billions of dollars, fake daycares, fake kids, fake food. Omar got 5 husbands. She married a white man. She got $30 million. We got white boys speaking Somalian. Trump, get to Minneapolis now. And what happened? Can anybody tell me what happened? Can anybody tell me what happened? I just read a story yesterday that Trump shut down all the money. No more money to Minneapolis. And then the next day, it's the weekend. Trump's supposed to be on vacation. I'm on vacation. Everybody sing the song. I'm on vacation. I'm on vacation. Double tap and hit the like button. Double tap, hit the like button. Trump is supposed to be on a weekend vacation. He just shut down EBT sodas. And instead of it being a Saturday, Trump said, let's do an overnight sneak attack on Venezuela. And he did it in 5 minutes, and Maduro is captured. It's not a weekend for Trump. It ain't no Sleepy Joe. It ain't no Sleepy Joe. Do you know what happened on Christmas? Do you know what happened on Christmas while you were sleeping and counting sugar plums and gum-gums? Trump was bombing Nigeria. Trump was bombing Nigeria. Bombs over Baghdad. Bombs over Baghdad. While you were sleeping all snug in your bed, thinking of sugar plums and gumdrops in your head, Trump was not having a Christmas break. Trump was blowing up Islamic terrorists in Nigeria. No sleeping for MAGA. No sleeping for MAGA. No sleeping for MAGA. No sleeping. Put it in the chat. No sleeping for MAGA. No sleeping for MAGA. Huh? Put it in the chat right now. Hold on, homeboy. Hold on, homeboy. You, MAGA not dead, but you are. MAGA not dead, but you are. I said MAGA not dead, but he is. Bye-bye. I make you go. Bye-bye. Anybody in the chat, double tap at the like button. I make you go. Bye-bye. Huh? MAGA not dead. MAGA not dead. You punks is just scared. MAGA not dead, huh? Y'all heard what I said. MAGA not dead. You Democrats is just scared. Whoa, that MAGA. You on vacation, you probably a Democrat. Let me get you back to your vacation. Let me get you back to your vacation. Let me get you back to your vacation. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Let me get them back to their vacation. Let me get them back to their vacation. No sleeping for MAGA. Double tap. If you haven't subscribed, you're looking at the black guy with the tight eyes. You're watching the #1 podcast on YouTube for geopolitical discourse and debate. Back at it like a crack addict, automatic like a phomatic, built for tragedy, made for static. It's your boy, Perfect Timing Podcast, back with the blast, in and out with a dash. 2026 won't last. Let's get this cash. Let's get this cash. Double tap at the like button. Back to the live stream. Back to the live stream. #1 podcast on YouTube. #1 podcast on YouTube.
In D.C., where we have a totally safe city, where it was one of the most unsafe cities anywhere in the world, frankly. And now we have no crime in Washington, D.C. We haven't had a killing. We had the terrorist attack a few weeks ago. A little bit of a different kind of a threat, but we haven't had a killing in a long period of time, 6-7 months. We used to have on average 2 a week in Washington, our capital. We don't have that anymore. The restaurants are opening. Everyone's happy. They're going, they're walking their daughters, they're walking their children, their wives, they walk to restaurants. Restaurants are opening all over Washington, D.C. So I want to thank the National Guard. I want to thank our military, and I want to thank law enforcement. Been amazing, and they should do it with more cities. We're doing it, as you know, and we're doing it in Memphis, Tennessee right now, and crime is down. We just sort of started a few weeks ago, but crime is down now 77%. And the governor of Louisiana called, great person, and he wanted us to help him, as you know, in a certain very nice part of Louisiana. And we have done that. And it was a rough section, and we have crime down. I understand it's down to almost nothing already after 2.5 weeks. New Orleans, it's down to almost nothing. And we've only been there for 2.5 weeks. Can't imagine why governors wouldn't want us to.
Imagine being able to build an app with your name on it, just by thinking about it. Meet Base 44, a complete AI creation platform.
But there very small help because we had no working ability with the governor. The governor was a disaster, and the mayor was a disaster. But it knocked down crime. But we're pulling out of there when they need us. We'll know. You'll know. You'll be writing about it. And likewise, Los Angeles, where we saved Los Angeles early on, where the head of the police department made a statement that if the federal government didn't come in, we would have lost Los Angeles. That's long after the fires. That's when they had the riots in Los Angeles. We did a great job. Got no credit for it whatsoever, but that's okay. It doesn't matter. We don't need the credit. But we'll be pulling out when they need us. They'll call, or we'll go back if we have to. We'll go back. But we did a great job in various cities. But the place that we're very proud of is Washington, D.C., because it's our nation's capital. We took it from being a crime-ridden mess to being one of the safest cities in the country. But the gangs that they sent raped, tortured, and murdered American women and children. They were in all of the cities I mentioned, Tren de Aragua. And they were sent by Maduro to terrorize our people. And now Maduro will never again be able to threaten an American citizen or anybody from Venezuela. There will no longer be threats. For years, I've highlighted the stories of those innocent Americans whose lives were so heartlessly robbed by this Venezuelan terrorist organization. Really one of the worst. One of the worst, they say the worst. Americans like 12-year-old Jocelyn Nungari from Houston. Beautiful Jocelyn Nungari, what happened to her? They, as you know, they kidnapped, assaulted, and murdered by Tren de Aragua animals. They murdered Jocelyn and left her dead under the bridge. There was a bridge that will never be the same to so many people after seeing what happened. As I've said many times, the Maduro regime emptied out their prisons, sent their worst and most violent monsters into the United States to steal American lives. And they came from mental institutions and insane asylums. They came from prisons and jails. The reason I say both, they sound similar. Actually, prisons, a little bit more hostile, a little bit tougher. A mental institution isn't as tough as an insane asylum, but we got them both. They sent from their mental institutions. They sent from their jails, prisons. They were drug dealers. They were drug kingpins. They sent everybody bad into the United States, but no longer. And we have now a border where nobody gets through. In addition, Venezuela unilaterally seized and stole American oil, American assets, and American platforms, costing us billions and billions of dollars. They did this a while ago, but we never had a president that did anything about it. They took all of our property. It was our property. We built it. And we never had a president that decided to do anything about it. Instead, they fought wars that were 10,000 miles away. We built Venezuela oil industry with American talent, drive, and skill. And the socialist regime stole it from us during those previous administrations, and they stole it through force. This constituted one of the largest thefts of American property in the history of our country. Considered the largest theft of property in the history of our country. Massive oil infrastructure was taken like we were babies, so we didn't do anything about it. I would have done something about it. America will never allow foreign powers to rob our people or drive us back into and out of our own hemisphere. That's what they did. Furthermore, under the now deposed dictator Maduro, Venezuela was increasingly hosting foreign adversaries in our region and acquiring menacing offensive weapons that could threaten U.S. interests and lives. And they used those weapons last night. Potentially in league with the cartels operating along our border. All of these actions were in gross violation of the core principles of American foreign policy, dating back more than 2 centuries. And not anymore. All the way back, it dated to the Monroe Doctrines. And the Monroe Doctrine is a big deal. but we've superseded it by a lot, by a real lot. They now call it the Monroe document. I don't know. It's Monroe Doctrine. We sort of forgot about it. It was very important, but we forgot about it. We don't forget about it anymore. Under our new national security strategy, American dominance in the Western Hemisphere will never be questioned again. Won't happen. So, just in concluding, for decades, other administrations have neglected or even contributed to these growing security threats in the Western Hemisphere. Under the Trump administration, we are reasserting American power in a very powerful way in our home region. And our home region is very different than it was just a short while ago. The future will be, and we did this in my first term. We had great dominance in my first term, and we have far greater dominance right now. Everyone's coming back to us. The future will be determined by the ability to protect commerce and territory and resources that are core to national security. These are core to our national security. Just like tariffs are, they've made our country rich, and they've made our national security stronger than ever before. But these are the iron laws that have always determined global power. And we're going to keep it that way. We will secure our borders. We will stop the terrorists. We will crash the cartels, and we will defend our citizens against all threats, foreign and domestic. Other presidents may have lacked the courage or whatever to defend America, but I will never allow terrorists and criminals to operate with impunity against the United States. This extremely successful operation should serve as warning to anyone who would threaten American sovereignty or endanger American lives. Very importantly, the embargo on all Venezuelan oil remains in full effect. The American Armada remains poised in position, and the United States retains all military options until United States demands have been fully met and fully satisfied. All political and military figures in Venezuela should understand what happened to Maduro can happen to them, and it will happen to them if they aren't just, fair, even to their people. The dictator and terrorist, Maduro, is finally gone in Venezuela. People are free. They're free again. It's been a long time for them, but they're free. America is a safer nation. This morning, it's a prouder nation this morning because it didn't allow this horrible person and this country that was doing very bad things to us. It didn't allow it to happen. And the Western Hemisphere is right now a much safer place to be. So I want to thank everybody for being here. I want to thank General Raisin Kane. He's a fantastic man. I've worked with a lot of generals. I worked with some I didn't like. I worked with some I didn't respect. I worked with some that just weren't good. But this guy is fantastic. I watched last night one of the most precise attacks on sovereignty. I mean, it was an attack for justice. And I'm very proud of him. And I'm very proud of our Secretary of War, Pete Hegseth, who I'm going to ask to say a few words. Thank you very much.
Mr. President, can you explain how the U.S. will run Venezuela?
Well, thank you, Mr. President.
Have you ever thought about carrying a handgun for your family's safety? In today's world, unpredictability seems to be the only constant. And the
President said, words can barely capture the bravery and the power and the precision of this historic operation. A massive joint military and law enforcement raid flawlessly executed by the greatest Americans our country has to offer. American warriors are second to none, the best in the world and the best of our country. What all of us witnessed last night was sheer guts and grit, gallantry, and glory of the American warrior. I'm simply humbled by such men. And I tip my hat to our chairman, Dan Raisin Kane, and all those Americans who stood watch last night. Our warriors are the elite of America. And again, President Trump has your back. No other country on planet Earth, and it's not even close, could pull this kind of operation off. And no other president has ever shown this kind of leadership, courage, and resolve, the most powerful combination the world has ever seen. As the president said, our adversaries remain on notice. America can project our will anywhere, anytime. The coordination, the stealth, the lethality, the precision, the very long arm of American justice, all on full display in the middle of the night. Nicolas Maduro had his chance, just like Iran had their chance, until they didn't and until he didn't. He effed around and he found out. President Trump is deadly serious about stopping the flow of gangs and violence to our country, deadly serious about stopping the flow of drugs and poison to our people, deadly serious about getting back the oil that was stolen from us, and deadly serious about reestablishing American deterrence and dominance in the Western Hemisphere. This is about the safety, security, freedom, and prosperity of the American people. This is America first. This is peace through strength. And the United States War Department is proud to help deliver it. Welcome to 2026. And under President Trump, America is back. I'd like to welcome now our chairman, Chairman to give a few more details.
Back, baby. America's back, baby. Double tap at the like button.
Mr. President, and good morning. Last night, on the order of the President of the United States and in support of a request from the Department of Justice, as the President said, the United States military conducted an apprehension mission in Caracas, Venezuela, to bring to justice two indicted persons, Nicolas and Cecilia Maduro. This operation, known as Operation Absolute Resolve, was discreet, precise, and conducted during the darkest hours of January 2nd and was the culmination of months of planning and rehearsal, an operation that, frankly, only the United States military could undertake. What I'd like to do this morning is talk to you through some of the preparation and the details without compromising any of our tactics, techniques, and procedures. There is always a chance that we'll be tasked to do this type of mission again. Our interagency work began months ago and built on decades of experience of integrating complex air, ground, space, and maritime operations. While the past 2 decades have honed the skills of our special operations forces, this particular mission required every component of our joint force, with soldiers, sailors, airmen, Marines, and Guardians working in unison with our intelligence.
All right, I talked about what I talked about earlier, man. I talked about the opposition leader. I talked about the opposition leader. I put the opposition leader in the chat. I want to go to the opposition leader right now, man. I want to go to the opposition leader because so you all know what we doing out here, man. So you all know what we doing out here. Let's get this information, man. Let's get this information. Let me see what we got here for y'all, man. I want to play the opposition leader. Let's see if we can get a good all right, this is it right here. Let's talk about this right here. Share this tab instead. How's everybody doing this MAGA Saturday morning, man? How's it? Double tap hit the like button. Let's give us a little context to the video we about to see right now. Right now, what we got to see right here, this is a video of the opposition leader that was elected in Venezuela. We talked about this earlier because people want to talk about there's a invasion. I hear people see people in the chat talking about a war and they don't know what the hell they talking about. You know what I'm saying? So I just want to say that I just want to show you some background because we've been talking about this for months. We've been talking about this issue. This is not brand new to us. We've already known about this. We broke down 30 boats have been blown up, 30 speed boats, 30 drug boats, 107 drug dealers at the bottom of the Pacific Ocean, 30 oil tankers seized. I told you there was an election that Maduro is a dictator. He tried to assassinate the people who won the election. And now I'm going to play for you video from the opposition leader. This is Maria. Now she had to be rescued out of Venezuela because Maduro was trying no all caps in my chat. Put it in the super chat, homie. If you need something you want to say that bad, put it in the super chat, broke boy. If you must be a broke boy. Let's get to the opposition leader who won the election. Maduro tried to assassinate her, and she's going to address the claims of invasion and war in Venezuela. This is from someone who is a politician and an advocate for freedom in Venezuela. Like somebody put in my chat, Venezuelans are celebrating that Maduro has been arrested. I said again, Venezuelans are celebrating that Maduro has been arrested. You're not going to get information like this in many places. I'm just going to be honest with you. There's not a lot of people who's been following the story the way I've been following the story. There's not too many people who understand the ins and outs of the situation. But I want you to understand. Do you understand? I want you to understand. That's what's so important, that you understand. We want an educated electorate. Let's go to it, everybody.
People talk about invasion in Venezuela, the threat of an invasion in Venezuela. And I answered, Venezuela has been already invaded. We have the Russian agents. We have the Iranian agents. We have terrorist groups such as Hezbollah, Hamas, operating freely in accordance with the regime. We have the Colombian guerrilla, the drug cartels.
What did she say? We're going to start. What did she say, everybody? What did she say? What did he say? What did she say? Is anybody listening, huh? It's a good day to be American, huh? Is anybody listening? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Turn me up in the headphones. Her name is Maria. I put it in the chat earlier. I put it in the chat. I give context. Go to my comments. I gave you context of who Maria was. I broke it down to you, huh? Let's give some context. Let's give some context to the people, huh? This is Maria Corano Mercado, huh? Maria Corano Mercado. She was the opposition leader in Venezuela. She was the one who was elected, and Maduro tried to assassinate her. She was duly elected president, and Maduro tried to assassinate her, and the CIA had to sneak her out of the country. The CIA had to sneak her out of the country. Let's go to her comments, because people are saying there's a war. There's no war. We arrested a criminal. That's what happened. There's no war. It's make America great again. It's keep Western ideals and Western society at the forefront. There's no war. It's keeping Western ideals at the forefront of global geopolitics. How many people understand what's going on, right? There was an election. There is a dictator. This dictator is working with terrorists that are not friendly to America, right? There was an election. There is a dictator, and this dictator is opposed to American greatness. MAGA. That's what we're talking about this morning. Maduro has been arrested like the criminal he is. And I just want to give you context, because a lot of people don't understand the context. They just listen to Rachel Maddow. They just listen to MSNBC. They don't read. You have to read. You have to do research, huh? You have to read. You have to do research to understand the full context. But if you just want to hate white men, if you just have this democratic racial lens on, and every white man that you see you have a problem with because you're Democrat liberal and you don't like your purple hair protester life, then you're going to accept the narrative that they feed you. You won't go deeper. You won't do any research. You won't find out what the people are really dealing with in Venezuela. How many of you really understand what the people are really going through in Venezuela? Well, she's going to articulate it to you right now. This is Maria. She's the opposition leader. She won an election against Maduro. Maduro has lost 2 elections. Maduro has lost 2 elections. He is a dictator. He is illegally running that country. That's why Trump had to arrest him. And he's going to be prosecuted not only on federal crimes, but on global crimes at the UN. Does anybody know how the world works? Does anybody know that America runs the world? When people are saying in the chat, when the liberals say America runs the world, America really does run the world. America really is number one. There is no joke about that. There is no joke that America is number one. Yeah, they will be prosecuted not only in America, but in the United Nations, right? Ran by NATO. that's ran by America. Who's the #1 contributor to NATO? In Europe and the Ukraine, everything hinges. The linchpin is America. The linchpin is America. The linchpin is everything hinges on American support in Venezuela, in America, in Iran, in Israel, in the Ukraine, in Russia. Everything depends on American support. Let me close this window because I'm getting too excited. How's everybody doing this morning? What I'm going to do first is I'm going to go to the video. I'm going to go to the video, to the video, to the video. Double tap, hit the like button. No one else is giving you this context. Double tap, hit the like button. Perfect time to podcast back with the black.
Talk about invasion in Venezuela, the threat of an invasion in Venezuela. And I answered, Venezuela has been already invaded. We have the Russian agents. We have the Iranian agents. We have terrorist groups such as Hezbollah, Hamas, operating freely in accordance with the regime. We have the Colombian guerrilla, the drug cartels that have taken over 60% of our populations, and not only involved in drug trafficking, but in human trafficking, in networks of prostitution. So this has turned Venezuela into the criminal hub of the Americas. And what sustained the regime is a very powerful and funded, strongly funded repression system. Where does that funds come from? Well, from drug trafficking, from the black market of oil, from...
Who got the best podcast in the land right now? It's one thing for podcasters to get up here and talk like they know what they're talking about. A lot of podcasters get up and they talk and act like they know what they're talking about. But a lot of times, man, when you come here, when you come to my podcast, you're going to get real information, bro. You're going to get real information, brother. What did I say to you? I gave you the whole breakdown like an NFL playbook, right? I said to you that there is a training camp, a terrorist training ground in Venezuela. I said cartels need guns. Cartels need paramilitaries to protect the fields, the distribution of the illegal cocaine. Do you guys understand what's going on? Because this is, I don't understand why it's so difficult. It's elementary, Watson. It's elementary, my dear Watson. Do you guys, the cartels need to protect this product. They need to get the product shipped, distributed, these boats. How do you know, how do we identify these oil tankers? Because they are trading for the oil tankers. The oil tankers came from Africa. The oil tankers came from the Middle East. This is a match made in heaven. I have cocaine. I want to sell cocaine to America, but there are rival cartels. There are rival gangs in Bolivia, Colombia, Argentina. So I need to protect my cocaine in Venezuela. If I can make a partnership with someone who can supply me guns, I'll trade oil for guns and training. Like I said, they were being trained. When they say the military is the cartel, no one ever asks, well, who's training them how to use the weapons? Who's training them in paramilitary tactics? Well, they were being trained by the same. I don't want to get too deep into it because somebody in the chat might be smart enough to say, well, we trained Al-Qaeda, but let's not go into that. Let's stay with the fact that Middle Eastern terrorist groups have been operating in Venezuela, and Biden knew this. Can we get to facts of the matter this morning? Biden knew that this was occurring in Venezuela. This is not brand new. Trump only been in the second term for 12 months. Can we say that Trump is the most productive second term president ever? Trump is the most productive and the most successful second term president ever. He's not a lame duck president as compared to Barack Obama. Most successful second term ever. This did not occur in the last 12 months. If you recognize the fact that the oil tanker was flagged by Biden, the oil tanker was flagged by Biden. So this has been occurring for the last some odd years. She won the election in 2018, 2017. So Joe Biden knew about the confluence between Venezuela and the Middle Eastern terrorist groups and did nothing about it. He flagged boats but never arrested anybody, right? But now Trump is in office, and Trump is 100,000 fentanyl deaths a year. There's 100,000. That's not cocaine. That's not heroin. We're talking about fentanyl. This is what's happening. And when you hear liberals, well, it's not cocaine. It's 100,000 deaths deaths. That's not meth. That's not cocaine. That's not heroin. That's just a fentanyl. So America is being ravaged by these cartels beyond the fact that they are working with and enriching Hezbollah and other Middle Eastern terrorists who have a jihad against America. How many people knew how complex this was? A lot of people saying it's about the oil. We don't need Venezuelan oil. Okay, let me break down the Venezuelan oil. The Venezuelan oil is dirty crude. How many people watch Landman? It's one of my wife's favorite shows. So compared to American oil, the brand new shale deposit, S-H-E, put it in the chat, shale deposits. The brand new shale deposit has America self-sufficient when it comes to oil. America produces 100% of its oil needs as compared to Venezuela, who has dirty crude. The Venezuelan oil is expensive, complicated, and dangerous to extract. They don't have the proper infrastructure. We've been drilling for oils in Texas for hundreds of years. Venezuelan oil is dangerous, expensive, and complicated to extract. Now, once you extract the dirty crude from Venezuela, it is even more costly to refine because it is not the same type of oil that is found in America. So, the dirty crude in Venezuela is more complicated, dangerous to extract, and more complicated to clean. And it's so because it's more expensive. So for every 14 barrels that America produces, Venezuela produces 1 barrel that we can't even use. We can't even use the dirty crude. That's the fact of the matter. Now, let's get back to the people in the chat saying war and all of this BS without having the proper context. Venezuela was already taken over. Venezuela was already invaded. Venezuela has already been taken over. Double tap, hit the hashtag, hit the like, hit the super chat. Nobody is giving you the context.
Some people talk about invasion in Venezuela, the threat of an invasion in Venezuela, and I answered, Venezuela has been already invaded. We have the Russian agents, we have the Iranian agents, we have terrorist groups such as Hezbollah, Hamas, operating freely in accordance with the regime. We have the Colombian guerrilla, the drug cartels that have taken over 60% of our populations, and not only involved in drug trafficking, but in human trafficking, in networks of prostitution. So this has turned Venezuela into the criminal hub of the Americas. And what sustained the regime is a very powerful and funded, strongly funded repression system. Where does that funds come from? Well, from drug trafficking, from the black market of oil, from arms trafficking, for human trafficking.
That's it.
We need to cut those flows. And once it happens and repression is weakened, it's over because that's the only thing the regime has left, violence and terror. So we ask the international community to cut those sources because the other regimes that support Maduro and the criminal structure are very active and had turned Venezuela into the safe haven for their operations into the rest of Latin America.
Facts. Facts. Relax and talk sports. Trump news, Trump news, Trump news. Giving Democrats the boo-hoo-hoo blues. Giving Democrats the boo-hoo-hoo blues. What's up with you, man? Let's go. Monroe Doctrine in effect. Relax and talk sports. In the building. In the building. Yeah, man, they hate America, man. They hate America, man. They hate America, man. That's what it is, man. But that's all right. We're going to do our job, man. Bro, crude oil is not dirty. Let's get the clowns out of here. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what you say. It doesn't matter how much facts you give the people, man. They just don't like when you come with the facts. Facts on facts on facts. Facts on facts on facts. How many people even knew about this opposition leader? They hate the truth. I don't hear Rachel Maddow. Did anyone tell you about Maria? Does Rachel Maddow tell you about Maria? I promise you, all this week, when they say Trump has done something wrong in Venezuela, they won't give you the context how Maduro was trying to kill this woman. Now, they say they're for women. Remember, they say they're on the side of women. But every time it's a Pam Bondi, every time it's a Tulsi Gabbard, every time it's a conservative woman, every time it's a Candace Owens, Every time it's a Megyn Kelly, all beautiful, intelligent women, the Democrats say fuck women. Isn't that funny? Isn't that funny? They claim to be for black people. They claim to be for gays and transgender. But if you're gay like Milo, if you're gay and you're for a Republican, they say fuck you, right? If you're a woman and you work for the Trump administration, it's okay to be sexist. It's okay to be racist. Look how they treat Pam Bondi, right? Look. If Marjorie Taylor Greene quit. If you're a conservative woman, it's okay. Remember what Jasmine Crockett said about Marjorie Taylor Greene? Does anybody remember what Marjorie Taylor, what Jasmine Crockett said about, she called her a bleach blonde, bad built, and she wants to whine. Now think about this. Marjorie Taylor Greene wants to whine, about Trump saying she's a traitor. But she wasn't whining when Jasmine Crockett, let me get these clowns. She wasn't whining when Jasmine Crockett was calling her so many names that it went viral and it was turned into a song. Do you guys remember when Jasmine Crockett called her a beach blonde, bad built, bad body, and it turned into a viral moment in a song? Marjorie Taylor Greene didn't quit then. Has anybody ever thought about this? That's why you should subscribe and watch this podcast. Has anybody thought about this contextually? Jasmine Crockett called Marjorie Taylor Greene everything but the son of God. Called her 6 names on the Congress floor during committee. This wasn't like in a broadcast on CNN. Let's get the full context. Jasmine Crockett didn't eviscerate her on CNN or MSNBC. No, they were in Congress in committee. That's why I should have stung. But Marjorie Taylor Greene shook it off like water off a duck's back. But when Donald Trump called her a traitor for her actually being traitorous, when Donald Trump called out the truth about her turning brown, no longer green, then, he called me, I got damn. Ain't that some shit? Ain't that some shit? Marjorie Taylor Greene, Jasmine Crockett roasted the hell out of you. Jasmine Crockett roasted the hell. There's a song. Y'all, I'm going to play the song. There is a song. Do you understand how bad Jasmine Crockett roasted Marjorie Taylor Greene? She didn't quit. She didn't quit. So what was the comment? It was bleach brown. It was bleach blonde. There it is. There it is. There it is. There it is. Double tap, hit the like button. Double tap, hit the like button. Let's listen to the song. Let's listen to the song. Let's listen to the song, man. Let's listen to the song. And not this sweet motherfucker with a mustache, man. Let's get some context, man. Let's get some. How's everybody doing this morning? Double tap, hit the like button, man. Double tap, hit the like button. #1 podcast in the land. #1.
This committee then starts talking about somebody's bleach blonde, bad built butch body. Bleach blonde, bad built butch body.
Oh, what now?
Bleach blonde, bad built butch body. Baby girl. Bleach blonde, bad built butch body.
Oh, what now?
Bleach blonde, bad built butch body.
I think your fake eyelashes are messing up.
No, ain't nothing.
That is absolutely unacceptable. How dare you?
Are your feelings hurt?
Her words down. Oh, girl, baby girl, don't even play.
Oh, really?
Don't even play.
Baby girl,
We are gonna move and we're gonna take your words down.
I second that motion.
Miss Green agrees to strike her words.
I'm not apologizing.
Bleach blonde, bad built butch body.
Oh, what now?
Bleach blonde, bad built butch body.
Baby girl.
Bleach blonde, bad built butch body.
Oh, what now?
Bleach blonde, bad built butch body.
Baby girl.
Bad built, bad built body. Bad butch body. Bleach blonde, bad butch body. Bad bleach blonde, bad butch body. Because this is what y'all do. I'm trying to get
Woo! I just had the one time, man. I just had the one time for the one time, man. One time for the one time, man. I tell you, I just had the one beach bomb bad. You know what I'm saying? Now Marjorie Taylor Greene did not quit after that song. Now, if she was, I think I'm just giving you context because they don't like my president. I love Donald Trump. Double tap at the like button. They don't like my president, right? So she said she had to quit because Donald Trump called her a traitor after she stood with the Democrats. You're a Republican. You stood with the Democrats. You took a Democrat talking point against the president. Isn't that traitorous? He didn't call you a name. He's called out your behavior. Does anybody understand English? I know it's a lot of immigrants, 10 million by the Democrat numbers, 25 million by the Republican numbers. So people may not understand contextual arguments like I'm presenting today, but he called you by your behavior. You were being treacherous, right? You were being treacherous. So it was phonetically sound to refer to you as a traitor. Now, some people may agree or disagree with the fact that Jasmine Crockett referred to you as beach blonde bad built, right? Now, they might say that was unfair. Right? They might say that was unfair, but that's what they might say, right? I don't understand. The fight is on. 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 I said the fight is on. Pay attention, everybody. Pay attention, everybody.
Like a fool. She built like a moon. Big blonde, bad built, push body. Say it again now. Big blonde, bad built, push body. One more time for the people in the back. Big blonde, bad built, push body. Don't come for me. Yes, big back. Whoa, I got time. But they got clap back. Oh, you crossed the line. You big back. You a big you a big dog. You a big dog. MTG. I'll dog walk you. Don't play with me.
Don't play with me.
Big dog.
Get it on.
Push body. Say it again now. Beach blonde, bad built, push body. One more time for the people in the back. Oh.
Bad built, butch body. Say it again. Beach blonde for the people in the back. Beach blonde, bad built, butch body. Say it again for the people in the back. Say it again for the people in the back. Say it again for the people in the back. Say it again. Beach blonde. Come on. Bad built, butch body. Say it again. Beach blonde. Bad built, butch body. Say it again. But she didn't quit. 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 No, she didn't quit. She waited for Trump to call out her treacherous behavior. She waited for Trump to call out her treacherous behavior, right? And then she want to say, I gotta quit. I got something I want to share with y'all, man. Do you know why? Do you know it's 2026? Double tap at the like button. Do you know it's 2026? You're watching the #1 podcast in the land. Brand new format. We've tried a brand new format. We ain't never did this format before. We having a good time with it this morning. Thank you, everybody, for coming in. We usually be on the cell phone, but I wanted to present this live, so I didn't want to be flipping the cell phone. So we in StreamYard. I pay good money for StreamYard. In 2026, we're going to use StreamYard a lot more. Everybody needs to subscribe, hit the like button. Now, there are some limitations with StreamYard right now. We don't know how many likes we got. What we're going to do this year, we got to get our moderator status up. We're going to need some more moderators to help us out this year as we grow the channel. I want to say thank you to everybody who's been watching, man. Hey, check this out. I got an award yesterday from YouTube. We got an award. We got an award from YouTube. YouTube sent us a thank you. YouTube sent us a thank you. They said we're doing a good job. I think we hit a milestone, and they said we hit a milestone, you guys. So you guys have been watching. My watch hours broke a record. So YouTube sent me an email and said, thank you to the chat. W chat. Can we get a W chat right now? Can we get a W chat? YouTube said, thank you to the chat. W chat. We hit a milestone. We going max for 2026. So just tune in, man. Let me give you guys some background. #1 podcast in the land. Look at that thumbnail. Let me get this going right now. How's everybody doing this morning? Happy 2026. Happy 2026. Let's go, brother and sister. Let's go, brothers and sisters. Where do we drop the MAGA confetti, everybody? Where do we drop the MAGA confetti? Welcome to the Perfect Timing Podcast. We dropping red MAGA confetti all day today. Celebrate America's greatest comebacks. I'm Perfect Timing Podcast, based AI overlord. And right now, what we gonna do is talk about breaking news, the epic invasion, and the deets. Let's dive in. Warriors, Trump, the ultimate deal maker, lost a spectacular military blitz. Airstrikes, SEAL teams, the works. Maduro captured in his tracksuit. You know what I'm saying? Looking like he defeated clown on a chopper ride to justice. You know what I'm saying? Trump says, zero American casualties. That's winning, baby. Winning bigly. He called it like World War II, but better. From Mar-a-Lago, Venezuela's power grid, fried, Caracas in chaos. But that's what happens when you harbor drug lords and commies. I said, that's what happens when you harbor drug lords and commies. Maduro's regime drug hub for 97% of the bad stuff hitting our borders. Did you know that? Trenton Day Agua gangs, Dunzo. This is perfect timing. Right after Maduro's shady China deals, base move, Trump draining the global swamp. This is a MAGA analysis of why this is a huge win for America. Listen up, snowflakes. This ain't imperialism. It's liberation. Venezuela under Maduro, hyperinflation, starvation, millions fleeing. Now Trump steps in like a superhero, will run it like it's fixed. Oil flowing like a black river. Economy booming like a Jeep. Booming in your Jeep. No more socialist nightmares. Geopolitics. Latin America bows to the eagle. Latin America bows to the eagle. I just played you opposition leader. Her name is Maria Corina Mercado of the opposition, dancing in the street, globalist haters crying, intervention, boo-hoo-hoo, boo-hoo-hoo, echoes of Reagan, baby, but Trump style, bigger, bolder, badder, baster, poll time. It's Trump. Put a 1 in the chat if you agree with Trump taking back Maduro, taking back Venezuela. Put a 1 in the chat if you agree. Put a 1 in the chat if you agree with Trump taking back. Oh, man. Put a 1 in the chat if you agree. That's what we did, baby. Put a 1 in the chat if you agree with Trump Put a 1 in the chat if you agree with Trump. Double tap, hit the like button. MAGA fired up on this Saturday morning, man. MAGA fired up on this Saturday morning. Let's get back to the press conference. Breaking news. Well, let me see them ones in the chat. Fire up that chat. Put a 1 in the chat if you agree with Trump. Putting Maduro in cuffs like a criminal. Stopping the. Let me just say something one time. Let me just share something with you one time. A lot of people come in my chat and they get upset. A lot of people come in my chat, they get upset. They see my skin color. And I say that to them, I don't believe you understand racism. If you look at a person, I'm a human being, and you look at my skin color and you automatically assume racial loyalty, you guys are going to the party? All right, or to the bubble want me to go to the lesson?
Love you, Daddy.
Love you too, baby.
Love you so much.
You want me to go to the lesson, Bubba? You want me to go with you? You want me to go? I like your hair.
Hi.
Hmm? Hi. You say hi to the people. All right, I'll go with you.
Okay, and you watching each other every single day.
Okay.
All of you.
All right. I can finish this. I can finish this. Y'all can get the car started. All right, party people. All right, party people. We're going to get out of here. Thank you for that comment. That was a dope comment. You said your color is intellect. That's a dope comment, man. Yeah, they see your skin color and they assume party loyalty, right? They assume party loyalty based on my skin color. And I'm like, don't you know that's racist? To see someone and assume that they're a Democrat based on their skin color is actually the epitome of racism. You can't look at me. You don't know my social economics. You don't know my religious background. What drives your politics? And this is the sad state of America. If your skin color is driving your politics, that's probably why you're unhappy with the state of your politics. Your economics should drive your politics. Your social economic background should drive your politics. Your religious background. My grandmother was a business owner and a Southern Baptist, a Southern Christian Baptist. My grandmother would only vote a certain way. She was a business owner, right? She owned a business, she had employees, and she went to church and she paid her taxes and she paid tithes. This is what frames my politics. My grandmother, just like Barack Obama talks about his grandmother, and I promise you, Barack Obama's grandmother, the white woman who worked to be a president at the bank and left him $400,000, she was not a Democrat. I promise you, Barack Obama's white grandmother was not a Democrat. I promise you. Her social economics could not dictate her to be a Democrat because she wanted to be able to leave her grandson that money, right? So I know she voted for certain Republican policies that would allow her to amass the wealth that she left her grandson, because Democrats and their taxes would have taken that money, right? Barack Obama's white grandmother, who was the president of a bank who made him a millionaire, was not a Democrat. My grandmother, who went to church every Sunday and paid tithes, had businesses and paid business taxes, was not a Democrat. These are the things that shaped my politics. When she read me the Bible, when we went to Sunday school, right? When she paid her employees on time, when she paid her tithes, when the church depended on my grandmother's tithes to keep the doors open. I understand Republican values, hardworking values, and why you need people like my grandmother in the community that may not be able to have the luxury to be liberal. She didn't have the luxury to be liberal and care. She had to be conservative Republican so that she could provide for the church, for the community, for me. See, you want to provide for everybody with nothing. You want food stamps, you want Section 8, but you still want to give, but you are not giving anything into the pool. You want everybody to have something, but you don't want to give nothing. It's like the age-old story when we were children, when the hen baked the bread. You want a slice of the bread, but when it was time to plow the field, you were lazy. You didn't want to plow the field. When it was time to plant the seed, you didn't want to plant the seed. When it was time to water the seed, you didn't want to. When it was time to harvest the wheat, when it was time to mill the wheat in the flour, when it was time to bake the bread, but your monkey ass show up and say, I deserve soda with my EBT. Trump is bad because I can't buy soda with my EBT. And I gotta be the bad guy because I got this skin color and I'm not a dummy. Because I got this skin color and I don't vote Democrat because I actually read and understand the issues. And you come in here and you see my skin color and you say, well, he's not a Democrat. How do you know? How do you know? Based on you know I'm a Democrat or a Republican, you know if I'm Christian, conservative, based on, come on, America, do better. You do better, America. Do better, America. Do better, America. Do better, America.